Yes. Lit. I think. Woo! What's up, everybody? My name is Devin Bishop. Today I am going to review this guitar right here. Where I work at Campbellsville University, they let me borrow this guitar so I could do a review video about it. The thing that gets you the most about Ovation is like this weird back. It's kind of flat. It still has the curve, but it's a little flat in the back, so it kind of makes up for the ones that are really curved around. This one is a lot more flat, which just helps out a lot. Because the other ones, the big thing about Ovation, the problems I've had with the past, is the rounded backs, whenever you play them standing up, they just kind of roll like that, and just kind of roll out, which kind of sucks. A little bit of history about this guitar, or about Ovation in general. It was originally founded by Charles Kamen, and Charles Kamen was a pretty avid guitar player, but he was originally, he designed a helicopter. Alright, so fun fact about, he originally designed a helicopter design company. I used design twice there. Awesome. His company was like going downhill, so since he was an avid guitar player, he started designing guitars. And he knew a couple guys in his company who were like woodworkers on the side, so they became like his luthiers. They came up with like this parabolic shape, which is like the parabola round shape on the back that it has, and that worked for them, and they liked the sound, so they kept it. I know some people love it, some people hate it. I'm not a huge fan, but this is a nice guitar. And that's kind of how they designed this material, which is called Lyricord. Another fun fact about Ovation, it has been endorsed and performed by a lot of people, a lot of really famous people. John Lennon did, Jimmy Page, Yngwie Malmsteen, who's some other ones? David Gilmour did. So I just think that's awesome. And there's like a huge list of people that have. I don't know how popular they are nowadays, but the company's still going, so I'm assuming it's working. I don't know. This guitar sells around $1,200, $1,400, somewhere around there. It's pretty expensive. So since if you're looking at buying a guitar for this kind of price, you need to start thinking about like the wood, the finish, like the bracing, all those things, because all those things make a difference in sound. This top is ebony, this bridge is ebony, the fretboard itself is ebony, and then this binding is ivory. But the back, like I said before, is Lyricord, which is an Ovation, it's a material Ovation created. It's got a natural finish on the top, which basically just means it brings out the wood more. And then on the back, it has a satin finish. I'm not a huge fan of this shiny finish material that's on the back of guitars like this. I like a flat finish because my hand just slides on it better, whereas this kind of finish, my hand just kind of grips it more. If it gets any kind of sweat, like it just like sticks. So it can kind of cause problems whenever you're moving up and down the neck. So the electronics in this guitar right here, you have the Ovation OP Pro Studio, and what this is basically it's a preamp, and it's linked inside with a pickup, which is the Ovation OCP 1K pickup. And so these two are directly linked, Ovation designed these specifically just to work together so the player has more control over the sound and has more features. But basically what you have is EQs. You have your low, mids, your highs, but you also have what it says here is a min expressor. Now basically what that is, it's kind of like a compressor. So the more you turn it up, the more it's going to compress the sound. It also has a gain knob and a drive knob. And then it's also accompanied with a tuner and a little light that shows you that the battery's low. You have your die-cast tuners up here at the top, and then coming down you have your 20 frets with, what is that called? Abalone inlays right here. And then when you get down here, what you have inside is a scalloped X bracing. And so X bracing, bracing I also found out plays a huge role in the sound itself. X bracing specifically lets out more of the bass sound, more of the bass frequencies, and also X bracing is supposed to add more volume to it. So that's what you have. Now let's talk about my favorite part, the tone. This guitar does have a warm tone. It's not super loud acoustically, no electronics, but it still has a nice sound. So if you're setting with a group of people in a room and you don't have anywhere to plug it in, it's still a nice sound. You still can get lots of volume out of it. I just personally prefer like a Dreadnought, but still a good guitar. So let's just see what we can pick up with my Rode Video mic and see what kind of sound we can get out of this thing. I'm gonna get my trusty thumb pick. Good old trusty thumb pick. Can't go without it. Sounds pretty good, I think.